everyone, I'm Jamie from Poughkeepsie Farm Project, and I am going to talk to you today about growing beans. Beans are my favorite vegetable to grow, actually my favorite thing to grow in the garden of all. And I've been growing beans for a bunch of years, and I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about what I think about when I am deciding what to grow and how to grow it, and all of those sorts of considerations. But one of the great things about beans is that they're really versatile. They're a vegetable and they can also be a protein. I like to grow beans that are dry beans for soups, and also fresh beans, the fresh green beans or yellow wax beans or purple beans. I really love doing a variety of colors whenever I have the chance. Well, I have set out in front of me a variety of different beans that I am actually planning to grow this year. And there are a bunch of different varieties and a bunch of different types. So far I quickly mentioned dry beans and fresh beans, but we also have pole beans or bush beans. And those are referring to the different ways that they grow. So bush beans are a shorter plant that kind of bushy, and a pole bean is the type of plant that you need to give it some sort of support or trellis so it can grow up, and those can be quite productive, particularly for the ones that you're harvesting fresh. And so I'm going to just show you a few different types of beans that I am going to grow this year. And so let's start with this one is a pole bean, and it is a French gold. So these are long, straight yellow beans, and so those are called wax beans. And I'm also going to be growing a green pole bean that's also for fresh eating. And then this is a new one for me that I'm really excited about. It's actually going to be a purple pole bean that is also for fresh eating. These are the Hutterite soup bean. The beans themselves, as you can see, are a yellowish greenish color that when they cook up, they are a creamy white bean that are just delicious in soups. These are the Scarlet runner beans, another one of my absolute favorites. They have a beautiful, huge, sprawling behavior, so you definitely need a substantial trellis that goes pretty high for these. I've grown them up a 6-foot fence before, and just a couple of plants will really cover quite a large area. They are great for both fresh eating and dry. They have pretty red flowers. The pods are flat, but you do want to be sure to harvest them small for fresh eating, or if you leave them on the plant, you'll get these beans that you can save or eat, and they are wonderful and they are easy to grow. You want to make sure you plant them after the last frost. So in the Mid-Hudson Valley, you want to probably wait till around mid-May. Depending on where in the Mid-Hudson Valley you are, might be a little bit earlier, might be a little bit later. When you're getting ready to plant your beans, you want to make sure you soak them overnight, really anywhere between 8 and 24 hours. You want to make sure that you soak them in a bowl, something that is rounded on the edges. You don't want to soak them in something that's more like a cylinder, because that can cause the beans, as they're expanding, to crush each other, and that will damage your beans. But make sure you soak them in a vessel, some sort of bowl that has a curved shape to it, so that way they can just kind of slide up as they're expanding. So now I'm planting the beans. I started by making this little indent for where the beans are going to go. And the first beans I'm going to plant are the Scarlet runner beans. I'm planting those on the edges, 2 beans each, on each of the edges. And then after that, I'm going to plant the regular pole beans. And I'm planting those about 2 to 3 inches apart. You could do them a little closer or a little further apart. It just kind of depends on how you want to maximize space or productivity. I'm sort of doing a balance of each. And since these are all beans that need to be trellised, we have this arch trellis that goes up. And the next step is really just to cover up your beans. And then after that, you water and you wait for them to grow. I think that one of the most exciting things about growing beans is that there's huge production. You get so many beans. In fact, last year I grew so many beans that I had to continually fill my sink with the beans that I harvested in just one day to wash them all, and then I did a lot of canning, and I canned a whole bunch of beans, and I have been able to eat them all winter long, and that's been really wonderful. If you have questions, or if you're wondering anything about beans, which beans you should grow, or what you should do about them, please do make sure you get in touch about that. Thank you for watching my video about growing beans today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more gardening videos.